I used to have very strong chest pain. Like when I touch here now, I feel no pain. It would be severe since age 12. And I knew this pain is not mine, you know?
It's passed generationally.
Well, my name is Isaac, and I'm named after my grandfather, who died at age 50 from stomach cancer. He survived the Holocaust. When my grandmother died almost 45 years later at age 98, on her grave, my mother said, she was buried next to my grandfather, she said, you know, Hitler killed 10 out of his 12 siblings. They've never told us this. So he was holding the pain of his 10 siblings that was passed to me. Now, when I did my work and let go of my trauma about the Holocaust and letting go of holding to it through psychological work and through meditation, my chest opened. You can see it feels open. And suddenly, my pain was gone after 50 years of having severe pain.
Unbelievable.
Gone. I know how many treatments I got. But more than this, my mother, who could never watch any TV programs on the Holocaust, without her knowing what happened to me, suddenly in her 80s was able to start watching programs on the Holocaust.
Wow.
Because I healed it back to my grandfather, who then healed his only daughter.
Yeah.
And it affected her. So this is a multi-generational healing. But multi-generational healing requires for us to recognize that we are connected to each other.
Right. And somebody has to break the cycle.
And when one breaks the cycle, it can affect whole communities. You know, it's part of what I do when I teach meditation and healing. It's part of how I treat people. And it's part of the concept of therapeutic aphoresis in the clinic, where we filter the blood outside of the person, right? Think about this from a philosophical point of view.
Yes.
So my work in life, my journey in life is, I discovered how to block galectin-3 with modified citrus pectin, and galectin-3 creates the isolation in the body, the microenvironment, without going to, so that's my contribution on a supplement biochemical level. Then my journey in meditation, I discovered the connection with the heart, from my perspective, as a healing power. It was many people discovered, but my own discovery, I call it for me, open heart medicine. So and then I got NIH grant to research galectin-3. So I'm looking, my life journey, I was fortunate, brought me to this in from multiple facets. But the end result is that it affects pain. And when you have pain, you need patience. You need patience. You need to take it one step at a time. And I'm not talking just as a doctor. I'm talking as somebody who had pain in his back and radiating to his legs for decades. You know, I still get it from time to time.
Yeah, and I think, sorry to interrupt you, but I think that at least in the Western modality, at least I was taught this, but I'm taught that, look, I'm 54. You get old, you are by definition going to be in pain. It's just part of getting old, buddy. So have a drink, take some Advil, maybe take a sleeping pill. But this is what we're taught.
Naturally, as we age, there is more wear and tear on the body. But the concept we're going to have pain is a concept.
And you know, you said something interesting, which was, well, you confirm the fact that pain is intergenerational. And one of the things I've heard oftentimes is, and it's really one of the motivating factors for me doing this documentary, is I've got a 7-year-old boy. And I thought to myself, I'm in so much pain, but I want to do it for him. I want to, so you'll do more for other people oftentimes than you'll absolutely do for yourself. And so I think that's a really important thing. What are the most, you've given us some really simple things that we can do to kind of end that cycle. So you talked about the breath work. You talked about maybe the things that you tell yourself, movement. Is there anything else that the person listening to this could draw motivation from?
Yes, I think becoming really practical, okay? I'm a practical guy. So when you wake up in the morning, allow yourself 2 or 3 minutes to just rest. Sit up in bed, and if you know how to meditate, it's great. If not, just a few breaths for a few minutes, and just let your field, your visual field, your experience field to be bigger, so you're less tight. Then stretch for 2 or 3 minutes. So a little bit you gave lubrication. Then, if you're about to get stimulation, if it's through watching TV or looking at emails or drinking coffee, wait for 5-10 minutes. Drink hot water with lemon, to create an alkalinizing response. Let your body get hydrated. Drink some water. Great time to take your supplements. in just a few minutes, so the body gets hydrated.
Right.
Hydrated. And then during the day, and we all fall into it, I fall into it a million times, we fall into reactivity. Something upsets us, we react. And the reactivity, if we get angry about something, it changes our, norepinephrine goes up, epinephrine goes up, cortisol goes up. It creates pain, it creates unhealthy body. We want to exchange and become less reactive and more responsive. And the basic recognition is that we have difficulties that cause us pain, emotional pain, psychological pain, physical pain. But everybody has difficulties.
Sure.
So actually we are all in the same boat.
Human condition.
We all want to be happy, and we all have difficulties as part of human condition. So suddenly, instead of being reactive, we become more open-hearted and responsive. It has a profound effect on our neurology, in our physiology, and it reduces pain.
Right, and it's no longer considered alternative. It's backed by real science,
Of course.
real data.
Of course.
That proves this stuff is
science of
true.
compassion, of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. And then what can we do about it? Yeah, if we are missing vitamins and minerals and we don't have good nutrition, we can use botanical, we can use homeopathy, we can use so many things. There's so much research, different compounds, and a lot now on CBD, a little bit overplayed, but still very popular. Whatever works for you. And just people have to know, because everything changes all the time. If we look at our reality, it doesn't matter what is our belief system. Everything is impermanent. Nothing stays the same, right? It's quantum physics. I mean, you and I are different now than we were half an hour ago, and we're going to be different in half an hour. Everything changes. If everything changes, then everything is truly possible.
I love
Pain, when we hold to the pain, we freeze. Right? We're holding and we don't move. But pain actually brings us to the moment. When we are in pain, we don't have time to think about what happened 2 weeks ago.
Nothing else matters.
We are right here at the moment. It's actually an opportunity to come to the moment.
Right.
So the idea is about keeping the flow. And one of the simplest ways to keep the flow is to remember to breathe.
Breathe.
So important.
Yeah.
Changes so much.